Talking about Elon Musk. We're talking about a 4-hour work week and a 100-hour work week. Which is better? Which is the answer? Are they both? You're here at the page. This is Rob Penny, hosted by yours truly. If you're a first timer, if you enjoy this, feel free to smash the subscribe button below or like it, share it, comment it. And if you're returning, thanks again for coming back. So today, I'm going to go ahead and talk about something that I just finished up this week, which is specifically the 4-Hour Workweek book, and then also talk about content from Elon Musk, which I just huge fan. I'm always watching YouTube videos. I'm always reading articles. And for this week, it's just these two seem to polarize the idea of the 4-hour workweek and the idea that if you could be working 80 to 100 hours a week if you want to change the world. So that's really my why here today. Is these are two people I really respect, two people I consume personally a ton of content from, and I'm guessing if you clicked here, you do as well. So which is right? What did I take away from them, and what are your thoughts on it? So I'll go ahead and kick it off with the Tim Ferris. So I listened to the audiobook for the 4-hour workweek. And I believe the slogan, if I'm quoting it correctly, is quit the 9 to 5, live wherever you want, and then also join the new rich. So the book was really about how can you take what you're doing in a 40-hour work week, and how can you trim that down to 4 hours. Now, the goal is not specifically the 4 hours, but it's more specifically how can you identify what you're doing that isn't adding any value. So the idea that they come across in the book is that generally speaking, I believe it's Pareto distribution, 20% of the work you do provides 80% of the value. So that other 80%, I'm not saying it has no value, but it has very little value. So you should really be capitalizing your time by doing that 20% that provides the most value. So that was a big takeaway I took from the book, was that in order to get down to those 4 hours, you have to identify what is the most value-producing things that you do. So that's the one thing that, well, I'll go over that in my takeaways, I'm taking away from that book. In addition to that, he really talks about outsourcing. So if it's something you don't need to be doing yourself, having someone else do it. And he also mentions just not participating in time-wasting activities, such as meetings you don't need to be a part of, phone calls you don't need to be a part of, or doing kind of effective procrastination or productive procrastination, where you're just doing data entry or you're straightening up a desk. You're doing something that seems like a good task, but it's really wasting your time. So from 4-hour work week, that's what I really took away. And also I provide the link below to the book, so please listen to it yourself. There's tons of content on YouTube you can listen to as well. It's very interesting. There's a whole nother section about passive income and how you can create passive income streams outside of your 9 to 5 that can allow you to have freedom, live wherever you want. A lot of great stuff in that book. But specifically in regards to the polarization with the Elon Musk, where also link below to the content, much easier. It's a much easier watch considering it's just a few-minute video versus an entire book. But Elon's big point is that if you want to change the world, I mean, if this is paraphrasing, not an exact quote, if you want to change the world, you should be working 80 to 100 hours a week. Obviously, a lot of hours. That's about double, if not more, than I work myself. I'm probably about a 40 to 50 hour a week guy. And his reasoning being that you'll see in the link is that if you do that, the work you can get done in 3 months will be what someone else takes 2 years to do. So the idea being, if you want to change the world, really cause an impact, really make change, that if you work 80 to 100 hours, you're going to get that done in a much shorter time frame. We are humans, we have a lifespan, so I guess he really does have a point that if you go ahead and do those extra hours, you're going to have that much more impact. So really interesting concept, and he's also someone that I highly respect. I personally don't think my takeaway from that is going to be that I need to work 80 to 100 hours. That just for me personally doesn't seem attainable. So where did I land on this? I'm going to go ahead and tell you where I landed, and then I'd love to get your feedback in the comments below. Share some thoughts, extra links. I'd love any extra content you have. My idea and takeaway from this is I'm going to go ahead and take the 4-hour work week stance, and I'm going to identify what those 20% of my tasks that are adding the most value. I'm going to try to make a list of them. Maybe it'll be in a follow-up video. And I'm going to focus on doing them specifically and eliminating as much of the 80% that aren't adding as much value from my days. So I'm not going to shave my time down. I'm still going to work. I like to be an 8 to 4 guy. That's my time frame. So I'm going to go ahead and try and fill that entire 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week, with specifically the 20% activities that are providing 80% of the value. So the idea is, I don't know if I'm totally right on the math, but the idea should be that if I keep my 40 hours, I don't reduce how much I'm working at all, but I increase the value I'm providing. I should be, and eliminating those waste activities, I should be able to increase those hours of productivity to 60 or 80 by only working 40. So that's my takeaway. I'm curious to hear what you thought. If there's anyone on here that has obviously listened to the book or read the book in old-fashioned way, or watched the content from Elon Musk, or just really familiar with that mindset, I'd love to know your thoughts. If you enjoyed the content, please feel free to hit the subscribe button below or the like button, and I'm really looking forward to your input. If you have also any idea for any content or things you'd like me to cover, please reach out, leave it below, and until next time, take it easy.